What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Got those light blocks on my face. It's all right. What's going on? What's going on? Hey, Lisa. No, we about to get it in. I tried to wait for some people to add my private page because I want to talk like I talk. How you doing? Good morning, girl. Oh, I'll break it down so it'll forever be broke, girl. And I won't say it's common knowledge, but yeah. A lot of times I talk around and about it. Hey, Allie. Around and about it, but it's time to really break this down because I know a lot of people are confused and hurt from this. We joke about it, this whole thing with Derrick Jaxn, but a lot of people are confused and hurt about this. Hey, Paris. K-Style. What's going on, girl? Thanks for joining. I was trying to wait for some more people to add my private page. This is my private page because I can say shit like fuck, damn, motherfucker, shit, damn, motherfucker, and all that stuff and not worry about it. If you're on this page, you know what Butt Naked Honest is about. There's light on my face. Let me do something about that. Never mind. I got shining lights on my face because it's a bright, beautiful, sunny day here. What's going on, Joe? What's going on, Cyrus Webb? What's happening? Hey, if y'all want to share this, it's a private page. So if you're sharing anything, the only way they can get in is they'll have to see it later. Because if you're not in this live now, you'll have to see it later. This is the private page so I can talk like I talk. And if you know anything about my Butt Naked Honest, my taboo talk, hold up, let me put this in here. So how many of you, all right, let me get some emojis going. Wave your hands or wave hands or fire signs if you heard about the whole thing and you know who the cat, Derrick Jaxn is. I know many of the ladies do, especially black ladies. Hey, Alana. Hey, how are you guys? Hey, hey. Y'all can hear me? Can y'all hear me good? Is the music too loud? Get something to drink. Get something strong, some coffee or some liquor. No, or some tea. Hey, Mrs. Diamond. What up, Diamond Cuts? Oh, we about to, this a little preview of what we about to do, Diamond, with the Taboo Talk show. Uncut. Make sure your kids out the room. Put me in your earphones. Make sure I'm not on speaker. My daughter come out, I gotta give it if you ever see me go, that means my daughter woke up. Anybody who can't get in now to the live because this page is private, they're gonna have to watch it later. Oh, you got liquor, Miss Diamond, already? Oh man, we gotta talk about it, baby. One, for those that don't know, there's a very famous poet. I'll say that first because that's what he is. He was born in New York, I think raised, yeah, no one should be worshipped. Raised in Alabama or something, I think. It's a guy named Derrick Jaxn. And he got pretty famous on his YouTube as a YouTube blogger, Instagrammer. They call them influencers now. And I love the word influencer because influencer to me means that you start influencing the way the culture thinks. You start influencing the way people view life. And if you're doing it in the right way, a motivational person like a Tony Robbins or somebody like that, you know, you're rocking out different ways. What up? Hold up. And hold up, sorry. I'm trying to type and pin this so when people come in, they can see what we're talking about. Okay. All right. Y'all ready? If y'all ready, throw up some smiley faces, some hands, some. So, cat named Derrick Jaxn has been hailed as a person who has I guess, broken to mainstream YouTube and all that stuff, talking from his car or a car or whatever car. Got it good in the building. What's going on, top team in the building? Okay, sorry. Sorry. Diamond Cuts knows what that is, and anybody who's been to a party anywhere where the party gets so live, they start sounding off horns. Stop before I wake my daughter up. So Derrick Jaxn would be in his car, and he's played videos. He talk about different stuff. He talk about relationships. He really come from a point of lifting up women with the whole, you don't need to be with that man. If a man's, what's going on, Naja? How you doing, baby? If the man's doing you wrong, yada yada yada. Which you know, a lot of stuff he was talking about was factual, but it was coming from a very a standpoint of, you know, look, women, this is what you need to do. I think it would have carried more weight with me and most men if he said, look, I'm telling you this stuff because I was that dude, or I have been that dude that was doing this dirty shit in the streets. I was cheating on women. I was doing this. I was doing that. I was doing this and doing that. Long story short, homeboy's been married 4 years. And supposedly has been cheating. Well, from his own admission yesterday, see, I didn't see everything. I was taking care of some business yesterday, and what came to my page, because one of my pages I followed him, was a live with him and his sister that looked like an extra from Judas and Black Messiah, talking and holding hands. And as he's talking, I'm realizing, I was like, is this his little sister? Is this his daughter? Oh, this is his wife. Okay. And I'm listening, and I caught the part when he was saying, well, you know, a lot of you heard different things, and, you know, I just want to set the record straight and talk about what's going on. And he's doing all this stuff. He's saying all this stuff. Hold on. Let me share this with some people. This in here. I'm sorry. Give me a second, Joe. He's doing all this stuff. He's saying all this stuff. Oh, you're already in here. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Watch. Sorry, y'all. I'm just sharing this real quick. So, he's doing and saying all this stuff about pretty much what we call beating around the bush. He's beating around the bush. Literally beating around some other women's, or a lot of women don't have bushes no more. So it's like naked or nair or whatever the fuck y'all use to shave. But long story short, he's talking, and he says why he's grasping his wife's hand, and she's sitting there. You can tell when somebody don't want to be there. I can tell when my daughter doesn't want to be somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And his wife, you can tell she's a nice looking lady, but she's dressed like she about to go to war. We just saw Judas and the Black Messiah. She's dressed like an extra from a movie. Got this black top on. You can tell she has a nice figure. Black top on, black jeans. And her bonnet looks like a black beret. And she's like, got glasses on. And she's like very unresponsive. Like if someone knows her and they say, oh, she's always like that, I can understand. But I wouldn't be surprised if her family starts coming out saying, we're scared. She didn't look normal in the video. You can go on this page and watch it for itself. It's probably up to about, I know last night it was up to 600,000 views. Because this guy had 1 million followers on YouTube. But he goes on to say how he's been cheating on his wife with several women, and it hasn't been just run-of-the-mill stuff. It hasn't been just run-of-the-mill stuff. It was sex. He's very specific in saying he was having sex. But all the buttery, flowery things around it, he's a very articulate dude. He's a poet. He has maybe 4 or 5 books, poetry books, and self upliftment books for women and men, relationships. But that's the span. Okay, so Can you guys see me good? Because it looks like I have light shining on my face. Can y'all see me good? Okay. So, long story short again. He's talking, and then he leads his wife into certain conversations. And the thing I didn't like most about it was, if you fucked up, shut up. Say what you gotta say, admit what you gotta say, and let your wife talk. Because everything you do and have done is supposed to be about women empowerment. So empower this woman to say her part. The video was very manipulative in my mentality. I've studied on narcissists. I probably got some narcissists up in me. I think every man or woman does who has certain positions. But I've also seen very manipulative narcissists in how they deal with their women. And men. I've seen women that go that route. But this did not look... the thing that bothered me most about it just didn't look right. It didn't feel right. It felt manipulated. He's dressed like he's a built dude. He works out. He's muscle bound. And she's sitting, he's holding her hand. He's like, yeah, we doing this. And she's like, yeah, you know, we've worked through our stuff. And, you know, it was very... But in the midst of everything, you know, I pray for them. Because no one's above it. I've cheated on people before in relationships. It took a long time for me to get to the point where I love myself enough to say, and I'm not married, have never been married. Let me say that. Look forward to getting married, but that's a long process because I want to make sure I'm right and I'm with the right person for the rest of my life. Yeah, she's not the celebrity, but it doesn't matter. And if she didn't want to talk, because I would look at my wife, if she's forgiven me, and I've gone through this stuff, and I've done some dirty stuff, because this is not just, I'm talking about you whining and dining women and sleeping with women in your house, in your bed that you and your wife live in, okay? To that extent, because that's what he said, and that's what the woman said that came out. So I would look, it was definitely coached, I would look, it don't matter if she's uncomfortable or not. I want her to say that. I said, baby, I don't want to lead this conversation. I want you to talk and talk about how you feel. Even if she wanted to say, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to do this. Ladies, I was da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But neither here nor there. If they're going to work their relationship out, I hope it works. Here's the thing I want to get to. A lot of you probably want to know, why do men cheat? Why do women cheat? Why is cheating so prevalent? Troy, I've been faithful to this man and he cheated on me. I was in it. What's going on, Snitch for Sneakers? I was in it to win it. I was in it. Why do we cheat? Because entanglement. That's how it sounded. It was like the entanglement thing that very coached, let's be strategic in how we talking. And the reason me and Yonder, we were just talking to Yonder, he was like, hurry, go live. And I wanted to wait a while so everybody can get in. But the reason that bothers me, even with Jada Pinkett, the entanglement, the very coached, just say it. Look, me and Will was going through our stuff for a while. We wasn't happy. This was going on. We were actually separated, but living on this compound together. You know how many people, I was in a relationship with somebody that was separated in the same house with her husband. Yeah, I was a dumbass because I fell in love with this chick and it was a great relationship. But they weren't divorced. They were separated, living in the same house. 5 years they hadn't touched, as far as what she says. And you get into this deep relationship with somebody and then all this stuff, and the guy's a narcissist. He's got all this stuff. She wrote and documented in a book all the bad stuff he did. 25 years, 20 years married. You know how many people in 20 some odd year married, 10 years married, all these years, and have sexless relationships? You know what I'm saying? So long story short, with the Will and Jada situation, if Jada had just came out and Will had just came out and said, look, we were broken up. Snitch, right. You could hold up. Let me say this about Derrick Jaxn. Derrick Jaxn is a poet. He's a muscle-bound, chocolate-looking poet. You know what I'm saying? So that's who he is. So yeah, there's a lot of sexless marriages and relationships, and then all of a sudden the person meets somebody who's into them. Let me tell you why everyone cheats who cheats. Because they put themselves in the position to cheat. That's it. The only reason that people cheat is because they put themselves in a position to cheat. What do you mean, Troy? No one's that strong. Okay, you can be the person like, yeah, you know, he's fine, this, that, and other, but I love my husband, so I'm not going to do it. That's good. But if you continually put yourself in that position, and whatever's going on the other side, it could be a great, you know, remember the song we made? See, back in the day, we used to make songs about this. Love makes things, you can be a married man with 2 kids and a good woman. Believe it, I swear it don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? So yes, Alana, there are many sexless marriages. Now, I deal with counselors. I've talked to counselors. I'm going to pursue that. That's what I want to do when I have my letters behind my books. There are plenty of 10, 20, 30, 40-year marriages where they ain't fucking. They not fucking. Let me tell you why. And I'm going to get back onto the cheating thing and how that develops out. And what I mean by, well, let me deal with this. That's what it is. Love makes things happen. That's what all these reasons. And we used to sing. Look, we used to have little girls singing in talent shows about cheating. As we lay, we forgot about tomorrow as we lay. Hold up, Whitney Houston. How many little girls you saw singing in talent shows? A few stolen moments is all that we shared. You've got your family and they need you there. Secret lovers, yeah, and that's what we need. And Mrs. Jones. Been singing about it for years. Yeah, all that. We've been singing about it. It's been going on for years. But let me, Mrs. Jones, we meet every day at the same cafe. What do you say, 6:30? And I know no one will be there. You know, I know she'll be there. You put yourself in a position. People cheat because they put themselves in a position to cheat. Whatever the vulnerability, whatever's not going on at home, whatever's in it, and you put yourself with a person who's giving you the things that you need at that time. Nothing new under the sun at all. They're giving you the things that you need at that time. They're meeting whatever needs. But if you have a sexless marriage at home, that means no affection. That means the one thing that marriage has 2 main reasons. 2 main reasons. To have kids and to draw 2 people closer together. It is a tool in a marriage. Now, you can bust your nut, you can come, you can do all that stuff by yourself. You can do it with a random person. But if you keep, that's why friends with benefits are so hard. Because if you keep fucking the same person over and over again, because it's good and it's getting better and it's getting better, you 2 are going to get closer. So I've had women over the years. I've been doing this tour for going on 18 years, y'all. I've talked to thousands of women and men. Thousands of women, definitely, if not just hundreds of men. Hell, side chick and side dude is regular language today. It is regular. It's so regular language today. They got side holidays. Was the day after Valentine's Day and the day before Christmas or the Christmas Eve. My father, I interviewed my father for 2 hours before he passed away. 2 hours. So, I asked him, did he ever cheat on my mom? My mom was out there in them streets. My mom cheated on Pops. My mom told me herself, Troy, I didn't know how to say no. My mom was off the chain. She was a hustler, the whole 9. She was my father's first. They knew each other since they were 16. There's a lot of history behind that. But my father, he had him tell him, it's like, no, you know, there was this one lady that said no. But my father was the consummate gentleman. Treat him like a lady. I know y'all don't like to hear my action. I actually can sing what I want to sing. But like the cigarette, if she smoked, even help her with the coat. treat her like a lady. You know, treat like a lady. My father was that. He was the consummate gentleman pimp. The hat. He had the I was talking to a friend of my family the other day, a married woman. She said another. She was like, "Yeah, Troy, your father. Yeah, that was real." When you hear a woman say, that's my uncle was telling me. He's like, "Man, all the women loved your father. He was a gentleman and stuff like that. Dale could have any woman she want. He was just smooth." That's who Derrick Jaxn is. And all of his talks, it's funny because people talk about it, all of his talks were from the car. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, I interview a host, and I wanted to know this man. He's a great man, but he suffered from depression. But we talked for 2 hours, and we got deep on a lot of things. I come to find out he was a really good man. And even though me and my mom always had deep conversations, my mom is the reason I do these kind of talks now. She talked to me at a young age about sex. But the misuse of anything leads to abuse. That's what abuse is, the misuse of something. And sex is fun and it's wonderful and it's sexy, it's orgasmic. It should be. If it ain't, y'all doing something wrong. It's orgasmic and all these wonderful things. We talk about it. We talk about it in all the books, y'all. I got a poetry book too. I got, that's who you think that is getting his groove on in the business office chair. That bald-headed guy happens to be me. And that's who do you think taboo talk? Well, we got the books. We talk about erotic fiction and sex, and then I talk about dating and relationships and things you should know up front and blah 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 blah. But sex is meant to draw two people closer together. It's a tool. That's why if you go to counseling, anybody who's been to counseling here for relationships, marriage, or whatever, one of the first things the counselor, a good counselor, should ask you is, how's your sex life? They ask that to find out if you two are connecting on a physical level. If you're getting together on a physical level, then you're not so far gone that you don't even want to touch each other. There are people that haven't touched each other. The woman and husband cringe when they got to hug each other in front of children. It's real. I don't know if that's Derrick and his wife's situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the situation is. I know they only been married 4 years. I don't know what's going on, so I can't. that's why Georgia repeats. So I don't know all that, but what I do know is that if you have a very fluid, flowing sex life, it's hard to, like my parents. One thing I knew about my parents is they like to have sex. You can be one of those little kids that just want to open the door and walk in the room. Like Dale, he said he walked in the room one time, rubbing his eyes, and he saw his mother getting fucked by his father. He was like, "Get off my mama!" No, you can walk in my parents' room in the morning without knocking on that door if you want to. You talking about, it looked like a fucking CSI crime scene. He laid out, and my father always slept naked, so he laid out. I don't even got anything that big around here. That's how I knew I'd probably be blessed. My father hanging off the bed, his dick all in. My mom laid out, half lingerie, half titty hanging out. He knocked out. I'm like, I'm just coming in there and ask for ice cream money. I got to cover them up like I'm Noah's son or something, covering them up, moving bodies around like I'm setting up a crime scene. All right, everything's there. Put his arm back on the bed. Trying to make sure I cover the covers and his dick not hanging out. Okay, let me back out the room. Close the door. And then I'm like, oh, yeah. I just want to get some ice cream. Ice cream truck coming. I think it's gone now. Yeah, parents locked the door, but I knew how to slide the door too. Put my little card in the door. Just random doors, remember the plastic doorknobs in the townhouses? We live in Canada, Baltimore. So I told you, we gets open. This is Taboo Talk Tuesday for a reason. But I'm gonna be real, and this is how my shows are. This is what we do. But the Derrick Jaxn situation, it happens so much. We've had pastors and ministers and all these people who we hold to high esteem when something happens and they fall, or they fall back, or they make a mistake. It's crushing because we start looking at these people who our kids are messed up once or twice. No, and that's another thing. Stop thinking that if you are married, if this is your wife and this is your husband and this is your kid's parent, if y'all the parents of the kids together. Now, if this is a step parent or a boyfriend or girlfriend, folks, if y'all got kids and you got a boyfriend or girlfriend and your kids catch y'all fucking, that's going to be traumatic. Some people have traumatic incidents catching their parents having sex, but I don't know why. You know, later on, after a while, you have to realize that that's what they're supposed to do. I think I saw my stepfather, unfortunately, naked sleep, traumatized me. Yeah, that can traumatize you. But you have to. I'm sorry, Nasha. I realize it's not funny, but anytime I think of a man naked sleep, I think of my father. Right, you're absolutely right. You gotta have the right perspective of people and making sure they're people. This is why I like being naked and unashamed. This is why I like my comedy is a little different. It's not just self. That's why everybody loved Richard Pryor doing comedy. Oh, what time is it? I don't know how long I've been on here. That's why everybody loved Richard Pryor doing comedy, y'all. They loved Richard Pryor because he was transparent. I read his book, Prior Convictions and Other Life Sentences, and one of the most powerful books I've ever read. It was hard to read it. Like, if you ever seen Richard Pryor's doc, JoJo Dancer, Her Life is Called Your Own Kids, Mrs. Diamond Said Nasty. Good. They can say nasty. You know what? They saying nasty, but in their minds, believe it or not, they're thinking, I want that kind of relationship. I know people who had never seen their parents be affectionate, and they aren't married. They don't have ongoing relationships. They don't have a litmus of what's what. You know what I'm saying? So those things are key. And Derrick Jaxn, here's the thing about like Derrick Jaxn, people like that. Derrick Jaxn was saying some truthful stuff. Same thing with the brother, what's the brother's name? Kevin Samuels, who I actually had to sit and watch and hear what he's talking about. And I like him. Now, I don't know if Kevin Samuels is I know he's Metro, but I don't know if he's bisexual, straight, gay. You can't tell by his mannerisms. I don't know if he's married. I've never heard him talk about his wife. That's another thing. When I see men who are married or in a relationship, like solidified relationship, but definitely married, and they're talking, and they don't talk about their wife or their experience with their wife. The one thing about Derrick Jaxn that would throw me is that he never talked about his own experience. He never talked about his own experience. There's a level of dictatorship, not transparency. And that's the thing I have a problem with. There should be a level of transparency. Even in business, if you're a motivational speaker, if you're a mentor, I love Tony Robbins. You know why I love Tony Robbins? Because you know his story. People love Richard Pryor because they can get man, I heard Richard Pryor, man. I heard his grandmother ran a brothel. His mother was a whore in the brothel. His father was a hustler. I heard Richard got molested by his neighbor. And, he's bisexual. He's married to like 6 different women on 7 different times. And, man, I heard Richard just a little crazy fucking men. And somebody was like, yeah, okay, I heard it. He said, oh, where'd you hear it? On stage. Richard was talking about it last night. Transparency. I think we should be so transparent. And this is me as a performer, entertainer. Now, there's certain things people will never know about my life. But I think we should be so transparent and so level. If you have a mission to help people, my mission in life is to help men and women communicate better in love. That's my mission. And if I have to go deep inside of me to pull something out that may help somebody come into another stage, I'm going to do it. That's just me. So I pray for Kevin. I pray for Derrick and his wife that they, if that's real and they're going to do it, they're going to heal. But I also pray for all the people that have been listening to this cat for so long and really held him up in such a high esteem that now they're like, oh, all men are dogs. No. All men are not dogs. All men are not cheating. All women are not dogs. All women are not cheating. But the reason that people cheat, let me say it again, is because they put themselves in a position to cheat. Remember the office wife, the office husband? Before people had their office wife, office husband. There's a funny naming scenario, but you know why they can say that? Because they're with that person 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day. And they actually started building these relationships. And the wives and the husbands like, okay, you're going to lunch with so-and-so. Yeah, we're going to lunch. Me, the girls are going to lunch. This, that, that. Until one day they decide to go to lunch off campus. Until one day they decide to go get dinner without a lot of people around. Until one day she gets sick of trying to convince her husband to fuck her. And she starts going out with the guy that she was talking to on Facebook. It was just cool at first. Everybody was around. I'm going to a girls' night out. I'm going to hang out and watch sports with the boys. But what she's not telling you is that there's girls there serving stuff too. Let me tell y'all something about sports bars, which I've noticed over the years. All of a sudden, the sports bars, you got as many women in jerseys smoking cigars as the men. I'm going to the cigar spot. And you see him at the cigar shop chilling with the boys. What you don't see is a bunch of women. There's women's social clubs there. It's because you know what? I tell women all the time. I say, women, you looking? If y'all looking for men, then go into places where you want to meet people according to where you are. One thing I like about Kevin Samuels, if you don't know who Kevin Samuels is, his brothers are wearing glasses. A lot of women say he's mean. Let me tell you some background on who Kevin Samuels is from what I've studied and learned. Kevin Samuels was a money dude. I think he was doing money, different businesses, banking, whatever. And people liked the way he dressed. So some people of wealth, some wealthy men said, yo, I'd love for you to be my guy to show me what to wear, this, that, and other. So he starts going into being a stylist. Somebody who refers people, image consultant, stylist. So guys with money, he starts helping them get their clothes and stuff together. So that's why he's always, suited and booted. In the midst of that, he's having conversations with these wealthy men and finding out these guys are single and what kind of women they're looking for. And he's talking to them, and then he's talking to women, and they're saying they're looking for men, and he's connecting the dots. But somewhere in the midst of him doing what he did, he realized he needed to talk straight to these women about, well, the guys I'm talking to, these high value men, they don't want a woman who's this big. They don't want a woman who has kids. They're looking for women that look like this, 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 and this. That will do this, 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 and this. And they were like, oh, well, he was like, well, you said you want a guy to make 6 figures or higher, or $1 million, 7 figures. And so that's his whole thing. That's his platform. That's where he comes from. I don't know a lot about his relationship background. I don't know if he's straight or gay. He leans towards bisexuality to me. He seems metrosexual. I don't know if he's married. Never heard anything about his wife. Okay? So, but he has a great platform that's entertaining. Derrick Jaxn, the stuff he was saying was cool, but he was always talking from a car. I never saw him in any other place. He's writing books. He's a poet background, so he's fluid with the words, because poets are. And that's who he is. So take a person for who they are. Take what you can use from it and kind of go from there. But cheating, if you're not getting, which even if you're getting, like the Babyface song, you can be a married man with 2 kids and a good woman. You could be happy at home, like Pebbles and Babyface. You could be happy at home, but all of a sudden ladies, you know how you get when you drink? And you're a little crazy sometimes because you'll tell a guy you're attracted to, oh, don't give me nothing to drink because I might be sucking your dick. Would you say you're going to do what? Garçon, give me 2, 3, 4 more of them. Yeah, keep these coming. Keep these coming. You told him you were going to suck his dick. You know what I'm saying? So you put yourself in a situation where you're playing the temptress or you're playing the tempter, men. And men, the thing that's so gangster about women, a woman can be excited, and I'm not going to take too long because I don't know how long I've been on here. I don't know if they're going to cut me off or not. They'll show me. A woman can be excited, be moist, wet, pussy dripping down her leg, just dripping. Her socks can be wet. You and them, she be talking to me, oh, you crazy. You're so crazy. Guys, you want to know if a woman's interested in you, how much she touch you. She say you crazy and she touching you in your chest. She touching you in your chest. She touching your chest. She touching your chest. By the time she touch you in your stomach, you in there. I'm just letting you know because that's comfortable. That's comfortable. You want to see how comfortable somebody is with you? Most people start touching. We do it by nature. We do it, second, I study body language and all that. We do it by nature. We don't even know we're doing it sometimes. But women, if you're comfortable with a dude, you are, oh my goodness. So women, if you with your man and a woman keeps laughing at him and touching him, guys, when he really interested in you ladies, he don't have no rap. If he really hung up over you, he's not gonna have a lot of rap. He's gonna be, guys are attentive. we're very compartmentalized in our thinking. But when a woman really got us, we bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. ain't no slick about us. You know what I'm saying? We like, wow, yeah. So it's a lot of questions. A lot of asks. Can I? If a guy's really sprung over you, he's like, well, can I? So very, very key to study body language and stuff like that. But we cheat because we allow ourselves to put ourselves in positions to cheat. And if you're a heterosexual man, if you're a heterosexual woman, if you're a heterosexual woman, you like dick. You're attracted to certain kind of men. And the chemistry and the pheromones start moving and y'all sitting there talking. And I can tell, and I'm not trying to be some player, I'm just being honest with you. I read people's eyes. I've always done it. So if I have eye contact with one, I can tell. When I met the sister who was still married that I was dealing with, the first time I met her, we talked. I was like, for one, she was gorgeous. Second thing, I was like, her eye contact was just like, she was amazed that I was there. But she had appreciated everything about me. And when someone appreciates you and they're like like in awe of you, and they hold you at an esteem even before they really know you, and you'll get to know each other, and then there's attraction, and you can feel chemistry instantly. That's why women know within 10 seconds. When a woman goes, it's a wrap. In her mind, heart, and everything, she don't know how it's going to come together. My man, Royal Watkins, and his wife, Royal Watkins and his wife, April. If you follow them after I do, they got a great thing. But April is hilarious. Follow her, April Watkins. I am April Watkins. I think it is on Instagram. But April talks about when she first saw Royal Watkins. Royal was doing comedy on TV. He was doing comedy on TV. She's watching it with her man, watching Def Comedy Jam or whatever. And this guy comes on, and she says, this is a recent video, like in the past 2 weeks. She says, when I saw him, I knew it was something about him. That's the one. She watching this on TV. Now, I think she was already in New York or Jersey, and they were going to comedy shows and stuff. But literally, when she talks about how they met and all, it's an amazing story. But it's a key story. And they've been married over 20 years. It's a key story on intentionality, on chemistry, on all those things. And it can happen with anybody. Don't think you're so happily married, woman or man, that if you're in a position with somebody that you find attractive, the physical and scientific chemistry is there, and you allow yourself to cross certain lines little by little. And if it don't happen the first time, y'all decide to meet again. And if it don't happen the second time, y'all decide to meet again. The only reason people cheat is because we put ourselves in a position to cheat. Derrick Jaxn, supposedly from what the girl said, that blast them out. Of course, people don't admit stuff until they get in trouble a lot of times. It's just human nature, self-preservation. So according to the woman that was cheating with Derrick, one of the women, because he said it was several people, several times, blah, 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 blah. She said she literally had the receipts. He was whining and dining me. He spent $2,500. Hold up, I got all the receipts here. Let me see. He spent. We went to. Thank you for CBS for these long ass receipts for the for the visual. But then she talked further about, he took her like traveling. Then they had, if you're taking her traveling hotels, what's the purpose of bringing her back to your, so it's a lot of things. And him and his wife could have been separated. Maybe they were separate. I don't know. But he said he cheated. So in those other scenarios, he was just putting himself in position with people that was already looking at. And women know. Has she been identified on IG? Oh, baby, she got her own. The chick did, understand, Lisa, this chick did a popular radio show. If you go on YouTube and just put in Derrick Jaxn, the lady whose radio show she did, or a blog show, or whatever, it was like 40-minute conversation or something where she started talking about her relationship with Derrick. So everybody knows who she is. That's one of the reasons it came out so quickly, and he went from talking about how it wasn't him or defending whatever it was. But yeah, and but I wanted to really talk on that point of cheating. I don't know her name. I forgot her name. But they have it in all the articles. If you read one of the articles or go on YouTube, her name's on there. I forgot her name. But I really want to just just key on that. The reason that people cheat is because we put ourselves in a position to cheat. It ain't that deep. Because chemistry is real. And if you're heterosexual, even if you're homosexual, you're bisexual. If a bisexual man is married to a woman, they don't want to know a bisexual woman is married to a man, and she's around a female that she's attracted to, and the chemistry starts kicking off. Hormones are real. My man Franklin Ajay, a comedian, said this. He said God was creating man and angels there, and he was like, hand me some of the stuff in that bag right there. He's like, oh, okay, what's this? He said, these are hormones. This is to make sure the world is populated and men never stop populating the earth. They have sex and get together. He said, actually, hand me that whole box. I want them calling my name. Sex is a phenomenal thing, but misused and put yourself in the wrong position as if chemistry isn't real, as if all these things aren't real, then you're going to find yourself caught up in some stuff. And it happens. And then we're like, I don't know, it was a mistake. No, it wasn't a mistake. The mistake was being there. The mistake was, okay, you're at the bar, you're chilling with the boys. One of the reasons the boys go to the bar and chill and stuff like that, unless it's a hole-in-the-wall bar that no women go to, if they're not drinking, if you go into a spot and you know it's a happy hour and you know it's a bunch of fine women there and you say, baby, I'm going out with the guys, and then y'all chilling, you knowing where it's escalating and when it's time for you to get out of there, you got to get out of there. You got to run. Even the Bible says it. It says flee fornication. Flee those things that are like that. Flee, run. If you think you're strong enough, you're not. You're going to mess up. It's somewhere along the lines, and your line for cheating. Like there's something Derrick said when he was talking in his confession with his wife when he was grasping her hands, like you better say everything you say right. She like, yeah, I'm getting woozy. He cutting off my circulation. He hold my hand so hard. What was y'all saying? What? That you, Jesus? Oh, y'all, somebody save me. Like, blink twice, bitch. Blink twice if he killing you. Sorry. So, any other questions? Any questions? Anything I can ask before I get out of here? And if y'all like this Taboo Talk Tuesday, let me know. Share it. Let people know that if they want to watch this, because I'll save it on the page. They if they want to watch this, I'll save it on the page, but they have to join the private page. And soon, me and DJ Diamond Cuts and Yonder. How old are him and his wife? I don't know. I don't know that. I need to go out and find out. They seem young, but let's deal with this too, because a lot of times we say, oh, they were so young when they got married. People used to get married at like 15, 16, 17, 18 and stay together for years. I was watching some show that Benzino was on there. I guess that's the guy from Source Magazine. He was talking about his wife, and they had these old couples that's married 50, 70 years and all this. He was like, why do y'all look around for so much other stuff and this, that, and other? And would you say differently? Hey, Ro, what's going on, girl? You got to go back and watch the whole thing because you missed a lot of it if you just joined it. Missed all of it because I'm about to wrap this up because it's about 9:30. And I think I've been on here close to an hour. How long have I been on here, y'all? How long have we been talking? I mean, it don't matter to me. And thank y'all for kicking it with me. But we're going to have some of the events will be paid events that we do when we do the Taboo Talk events, raw and cut. It'll be Zoom where we can see each other. We can go. And I think Alana, didn't you come to one of my Taboo Talk events, the one we did for Tampa? Were we on there for like 2 hours? If Alana's still in here. But yeah, do you think it's possible? Okay, here we go. Some questions. Do you think it's possible for two people to get married, have kids, and be faithful to each other and keep the passion alive for 30, 40, 50 years for people in our age range? Yes, by all means. We have record in Black community. We talk about, Ruby Dee and Ozzie Davis. They have an amazing book. I think his book is called 50. It talks about 50 years of marriage. But it talks about how they broke up in their marriage, talking about how they were open relationship, talking about they did a little bit of everything, and they survived Hollywood, and they kept their love going and stayed married. So it's good to read books like that to know. I'm working on a book. I've been wanting to work on a book I think it was called 30. I'm thinking about calling it 40. I might call it 30 to 40 because I know people who have been married 30 and 40 years, and I want to sit down with them and hear their stories. We don't have books like that in our community today. You said my grandmother was 19, my grandpa was 20. And yeah, they stayed together, but lots of cheating. Yeah, plus there was no social media back in the day. Plus, if a guy could keep his mouth shut and didn't tell his boys, now, do I believe the woman? No? Yes. I believe you can smell, because we're still animals. I believe you can smell, especially women. I believe they know. Plus, guys change patterns. So I believe you know if your mate isn't being faithful. Patterns change. Women are a little gangster with not changing. Yes. Oh yeah. Okay, Lana, you was there. It was fun and interactive. Now, how long was it, Lana? Like 2 hours? I need your testimony, girl. I need your testimonial. Right, you can stay together. And you have to be ready. Like the Bible and scriptures and stuff like that, they don't tell you to do anything you would normally do. You know, monogamy is hard. You can see people that they look like brother and sister. They love each other life. And when you talk to them about marriage, you're like, yeah, best friend. And it's hard. So people who love each other, they really into each other. And you can tell they always on each other. And they still say it's hard. Yeah, thank you, Alana. And you had fun for 2 hours? You stuck around? It was like marathon sex, wasn't it, girl? It was just long, and then you had water and wine, and you was with your home. Who was that? Was that your homegirl or your mom? Please don't tell. Is that your mom that you were with? Because y'all look like sister. You like the younger, but they're like roommates. Yeah, some people you see it, they're so friend, or the couples, and sometimes I hate those couples. They look like best friends. They besties and they do everything together and this, that, and other. You wonder how their sex like. Sometimes when I see couples that are so tight, I was just talking to a friend of mine about a couple like that. Now they tight and they got 5 children. But they were like play ball together. They were friends for years. That's crazy. You look young. Your mom looks young, but that's great. Oh, that's great. But yeah, I want to and I'm gonna be down in Tampa soon. So we're going to do something live. Yonda, my book author partner, he lives in Tampa. So I'm coming down to Florida soon. I got to do a whole thing. But all right, y'all have any more questions before we get out of here? And y'all know y'all can always hit me up. And you can go to TroyRawlingsLive.com, my website. And also I have Sister Girl blog if they came through. Shout out to them. Courageous Woman Magazine. Sheen Magazine, if they finish everything, I'll be doing my Dear Troy and Sheen Magazine as well, too. So, yes, I get to put my paws on y'all in person down in Tampa. Well, how are we doing? I'm definitely getting my vaccine, though. I don't know if some people are against the vaccine, stuff like that. I'm definitely getting the vaccine. I got too much traveling to do, and I've always gotten vaccines, except for the flu vaccine. I never had the flu. And the only reason I'm even thinking about getting the vaccine, the COVID, because I don't want to keep rolling the dice. And I want to travel. I have to travel. Lisa, anytime, girl. Anytime. But, yeah. So did that help? Do y'all understand that the only reason that people cheat is because we put ourselves in a position to cheat and think we're strong enough to not? You got your best friend the vaccine? I got BFF the vaccine. Oh, okay. I was like, you got your best friend the vaccine? How'd you do that? It's like, hey, baby, I got something for you. What's that? Oh, it's like, oh, girl. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so yes. If you let anybody know, Troy Rawlings gave us the reason that people cheat. And anybody say anything else, I don't know. I just know we cheat because we put ourselves in a position to cheat. That's it. And you and your relationship have to decide what are the lines. That's something you have to talk about. Male, female, heterosexual, bisexual, homosexual relationship. You got to talk about, okay, what's cheating to you? What are the limits? What can and can't we do in our relationship? Because some people married, and I've talked to married couples, and they've tried everything together. Everything. Bisexuality, swinging, threesome, group stuff. Especially when I did events and hedonism and stuff like that. They talk about all that stuff together. But also, they talk about those people that do that stuff are still jealous. They still go through problems. They still break up. So the misconception that if we have an open relationship, this thanks so much. If we have an open relationship, everything will be good. That's wrong too. No one has the formula for a great relationship. It takes work. It takes commitment. Anything you commit to, you have to commit to. You know, the reason it's easy for somebody to commit to a job or a sports team or a sport or working out is because it's you and the thing you do. As soon as another person, you deal with another person's personality, attitude, emotions, it changes because that changes. So, yeah, because some people, and women and men, and women, see, men, we can say this, and men may try to test it, may go something sexual. Some women may think a man wants A, B, C, and D. Ladies, you got to talk to your men, because some women think, oh, well, maybe if we introduce another woman to the relationship, he'll be good. Or maybe if this, or he's having some erectile situation, or he don't seem like he's into me, maybe I should bring somebody else in to spice up our relationship, this, that, and other. Maybe for him, maybe for him. When I've talked to enough women to know, it is the woman sometimes who wants to introduce more exciting, vibrant, sexual, sensual, all these crazy things, and she doesn't know how to communicate it. So she said, oh, I thought you may like this. I thought you may. Let's get past that. Say what you want. Say what you need to say, as my man John Mayer would say. Say what you need to say. Okay, I've said enough today. That's it. Hey, share this, or you can't really share it because it's a private page on purpose. So you can share it to people who are on the page, but you can refer people to Butt Naked Honest, and they'll be able to see the lives and different things we've talked about. But yeah, let's talk soon. Love y'all.